Hi, welcome to Casual Friday here at the Investment Planning Group. My name is Steve Landwasik. What is an asset class? Today we're going to answer that question in this short educational video to help understand things just a little bit better. So, we've all heard the term asset class. Many of us don't know what that really means, at least as it applies to our investments. Assets, very simply, are things that have a value, right? This desk right here, it's an asset. What's the value of that asset? Well, that depends, right? But today we're going to talk about mutual funds, stocks, and bonds, and what an asset class means when we're talking about investments. Now we hear terms like large cap growth, large cap value in many of our investments. We look at our 401k lineup and we just look at the names and we try to determine what we're going to invest on just based on the name. Growth. Well, who doesn't want growth, right? We want our investments to grow. I personally do not think that some of these terms are easily understandable, and that's why I'm here today. So let's look at an asset class as it applies strictly to mutual funds and the stocks and bonds inside of the mutual funds. This way you can relate to it a little better because you probably have them in your 401k plan or in some other investment. What do we mean when we say large cap growth or small cap value? What's cap? We know what small is. We know what large is. What is cap? CAP stands for capitalization. Large capitalization means large companies. Small capitalization means small companies. Simple enough, right? But let's dive a little deeper. When we look at the price of a stock and we say, well, that's $10 a share or $5 a share, and then we'll look at something else that's $200 or $300 a share, and we say, we're not going to invest in that stock because it's too expensive. It's $200 a share. What if there were only 10 shares of that $200 stock in the entire universe, right? And you bought one share. You owned 1/10 of the company. So it's impossible to know how big or how small a company is just by looking at the share price. And that's why we've come up with the term small cap, large cap, mid cap. Capitalization means the number of shares, most of the time millions and millions of them, but the number of shares times the share price. An example is Apple goes in and out of the $3 trillion space. Well, that means that their share price at $170 or $180, whatever it happens to be today, times a certain number equals 3 trillion. So that's how we determine whether a company is a large or a small company. So what does that mean when it comes to our mutual funds? Well, we've heard the term, do not put all of your eggs in one basket. Of course we all have. But what does that really mean when it comes to investments? Some think it's just 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 different investments. Some think it's 3 brokers. I disagree with that one. And I also kind of disagree with the first example. Because you could have 5 different investments that have the same stuff inside of them. And diversifying your portfolio and not putting all of your eggs in one basket means more than just buying different stuff. It means buying different stuff that behaves differently. For instance, stocks and bonds, they don't always go up and down together. In fact, it's usually the other way around. So what is that in that stuff? And that's important to know. Often we'll see a growth fund and growth and income fund and And all of these different funds by the title, and we think we know what it means. So in diversification, we want some large cap, some small cap, some mid cap, maybe some international, some bonds in the high yield space, some bonds in the government space. We'll cover that maybe in more detail in another video. Now, this isn't designed to help you build your own portfolio. It's designed to help you at least understand what you own. At least understand the conversations that you have with your financial advisor so that you can be a more productive partner, a productive participant in helping to achieve your goals. And ultimately, that's why we invest in things, right? So just to sum it up, when we look for large cap growth, we're looking for large companies with potential to grow. When we look at large cap value, we look at large companies that typically pay dividends. That doesn't suggest that they can't grow. It just means that they're focused more on dividends than growth. And when we diversify our portfolio, we try to have a little of each. But looking at the name of the fund is not enough. And I'm not trying to turn you into an expert. But I am going to show you how to find out what you own very simply. When you look at your mutual fund, you'll see 5 letters next to the name of the fund. You can Google it. You can go to morningstar.com. Another popular website is finance.yahoo.com. And when you put those 5 letters in, you will see something called a category. And the category will say large value, small value, etc. Sometimes core, a little of both. And that's where you'll find what it is that you really own. So that's it for the asset classes today. I hope that you learned something. Again, my name is Steve Landrusig with the Investment Planning Group. If you have any questions, you can call us at 772-233-4315 or email me at info@planipg.com. Thank you for watching.